Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Don't criticize before cleaning your house. Don't criticize before cleaning your house. Now, what do I mean? Let's just be real. There's many people out here, and I'm gonna include myself in here. Everybody is. It depends. Some people do it a lot. Some people have done it. Will be critical of someone else and what they doing, how they carrying themselves, how they living their lives. You might be critical of what they got, whatever. But your own stuff ain't all that. It was a saying. If I believe it's a general saying. It's been in some spiritual paths and books and just in general. If you point a finger at someone else, three more point it back at you. And that's the general thing. And a lot of people critical and they say all this, but what have you got? Is your thing clean? Are you clean? Because a lot of times when people are extremely critical of others, like extremely critical how they doing stuff, it's like, well, you take one look at them and they're jacked up. And you ain't even being critical. You just see it. They might criticize how somebody else does their relationships, approach their relationships. Okay, fine, but is that particular person in a perfect relationship? No. Or you get a lot of people who criticize someone else on their physical appearance or something, right? They be like, this person's this person's that, but you look at them, it's like, you're not physically perfect yourself. So how you want to complain about something? And I'm going to tell you something now about criticizing. There's a tendency in all of us to criticize someone else for what we lack inside. Because what it is people, a lot of people don't want to look inside for the issues. They don't want to deal with it. They know it's there, though. They know it's there, whether subconsciously or consciously, often consciously. And they know they got a problem with it. They know they have this issue, but they'll see it in someone else and critique them or criticize them or try to even make fun of them for having a very issue that's inside of them, but they trying to act like it ain't there. In fact, that's how you see a lot of people will see something in someone else because they already see it in themselves. In fact, when you have somebody like that, in most cases, when you have somebody like that, they just don't want, they're critical and stuff. They just don't want to deal with their own issues. And they want to, but they don't want to say, well, I got this, Now it'd be different if they say, look, I know this, I got this issue within me and I see it within you. And, I'm working on it. This is what you can do. But even in that particular situation, that ain't really criticism. That's actually trying to help. But sometimes people be like mean about it. Or saying stuff, And like I say, it could be on basic stuff. Like they can be critical of someone's lifestyle, right? And it was like, well, are you living a better lifestyle? Are you in that better shape? Are you making that money? Like they might be critical of what somebody's doing for a living. And it's like, well, they happy with what they doing. What you worried about it for? Also, some criticism could be jealousy. Just deep down jealousy. When somebody complain about how someone looks or how they living or whatever about them, it ain't always about, they just want to see what's wrong with them. They wish they had the same thing. It's a lot to it. But you see, here's the thing. Clean your own house first. If you're going to be critical, but there's a trick with that. There's a trick. There's actually a benefit from that. Clean your own house. Look within. The person if you got to criticize somebody, look in the mirror and deal with their own issues. Deal with your stuff. If you see your stuff, don't be like one of these people who say, well, this is who I am. I'm going to stick with it. You know who is what you are having you live your best life? Probably not. Deal with that first. Deal with that every day. Now, see, here's a funny thing that happens. when you actually deal with your own issues, when you look yourself in that mirror and you start cleaning your own house, an interesting thing happens. You don't become critical of people, as critical, especially if they had the same thing. You don't become as critical because you don't feel it. You dealing with it within yourself. In fact, part of the thing of criticism, people project so much, they'll project some on someone else that don't exist. You'll start projecting. And then when you do see that other issue in somebody, you're not critical of them. You're taking them to the side. At best, at most, you're giving them some tough love. That's the meanest you're doing, but you'll take them to the side and say, look, I'm going to be real with you. I see some stuff happening with you, and I know how you can change it because I've gone through the same thing. You know? And that's not really criticism. At best, at most, that's tough love. But then really consider the word love in there. You're trying to help that person. They can appreciate it. In fact, you can even show them. You can say, look, here's some pictures. This is how I was doing. This is how I was living. This is how you can beat it. Because if you see it, that's when you legitimately see something in someone else. And if they're going through the same thing you've gone through, you can really be in a position to help them. You can be in a position to help them and they'll appreciate it. And actually, in that case, when you actually clean your own house first, you're not being a criticizer. When you're helping other people, you're becoming a healer. You are becoming a healer. You know, in indigenous cultures, the healers actually went through whatever they will eventually heal other people. If they go through it first, they figure out how to take care of their thing, and then they go help someone else. Like say, like sometimes, like in this society, in this culture especially, we have a weight issue. We have a weight issue, and some people will criticize somebody for it, right? But somebody who's beating it, they ain't gonna criticize it. They'll say, hey, look, they might even use that as an economic opportunity. Say, look, I was the same thing. Let me help you. This is the program I had. Boom. But that's helpful though. But what that person did though, they cleaned their own house first. See, whenever you have issues, look at yourself first. If you find yourself critiquing other people in a negative way, look at yourself first and see what that is within you first and foremost. Okay? So before criticizing someone else, clean your own house. Once you clean that house, you know what? And once you clean your own house, it's even bigger than you ain't critical of other people. You feel better. And you have total control over cleaning your own house. Please think on this. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Keep rising and transforming.